Hello everyone. So it's me Azat and I'm back with another room and now this time we are going with Pyrat. Okay. And it says test your enumeration skills on this boot to root machine. Okay. So let's fire up our machine and let's open Zen map. Let's open Zen map and let's do this and let's do all port scan and just hit scan. Okay, so this is not working because my VPN is not open. TryHackMe room sudo open VPN. Okay, I will type the password. Now if I scan it again, so it will start it. In the meantime, we can check what the description says. It says Pirate receives a curious response from HTTP server. So yeah, okay. So it is saying that Pirate receives a curious response from HTTP server, though, so that means it has to do something with HTTP. Okay, and it says if you craft a payload, you can gain shell on this machine. Okay, and it says there is a file with has which has credentials. Okay, and yeah, that's how we can get the access of it. Okay, so if we go there and if we go there, so it says unable to connect. Maybe it needs some port. Okay, so let's wait for the map to show the result. Okay, so as you can see, there is port 22 open and port 8000 open. 22 is, I think it would be SSH and this would be HTTP. Okay, so let's do this. Let's do 8000 on it. Okay, and let's do HTTP. Okay, so as we did HTTP, we got try a basic connection. So what is basic connection? Basic, there are two type of connection, right? There is HTTP1, HTTP2, and HTTP less than one. Okay. So when something says try a basic connection, so it does not mean like HTTP1 or 2 because HTTP1 and 2 are not basic connections. Okay. They are they are secure connections, but it is saying that try a basic connection. It's it's understandable that basic connection is not that much secure. Okay, so because it's basic, like when we say that FTP and FTP. Okay, FTP when we talk, there are two ports. I guess 20 and 21. So I think that port 20 was not that much secure, but FTP port 21 is it much secure. Okay, so basic things are not that much secure. So as this is running, we come to new tab. First of all, we forget to do one thing, which is copy the IP like always and just paste it here so that I can know what's going on. Okay. Then basic connection is Netcat connection. So I'll open Netcat connection 10.48.137.36 and the port on which it is working is 8000. Okay. Now you got something. Is this a shell? No, is this not a shell? So this could be something else like is this we cannot do C out. Let's see. Is this a C++ compiler? Okay, C out is not defined. Okay, so is this okay, this is not a compiler. So we are checking what type of shell is this. Okay, so as we can see, our Python worked. our C++ did not work, in C also did not work, and of course shell did not work as well. Okay, so from here we can see that our Python is working, so we need a shell. Okay, so we can open, okay, we can initiate a reverse shell by going to reverse shell generator website. Okay, it will generate a shell for us. Okay, let's wait for it to load. Okay, so as we know that we can execute Python code, so we will go to the Python. We can do this one, but it asks for our host and our port on which it is routing. Of course, it will be a TAT and this, but I don't like this, so I'll go with the Python 2 one because it's more concise and it's good. Okay, so I'll go here. So before this, I will open another tab. I will do if config, and then I will just start my listener. Okay, I will come here. I will, oh, sorry, I have to first, because it's not a stabilized shell, so I cannot like do anything with it. Like if I'm typing something, then I can go back and front. So that's why I need uh, TTY shell, but it's a compiler, so I can't get TTY shell. And okay, so I have typed my local IP and my local port which I'm using, and with this I will come here and I will add this. Okay, so it says invalid syntax. Why does it say invalid syntax? Because this is the Python shell. Okay, and what we are doing is we are telling it to run this command as Python. Okay, but we are already inside Python, so we don't need the Python thing, Python minus C. We just need the this only line because it's already Python. So we do this, and as you can see, we got our shell, and we will do clear if it's ported. No, I don't think so. Uh, why did it stuck? Hello. Okay, let's do it again. Let's do it again, and here I think it got stuck. So what we'll do is we'll do this, we'll do that, and okay, okay, 208 let's stop this, and let's stop this again. We do this, and we open this thing, and what's going on? 205.71. Okay, everything is fixed. It is not giving me the shell. Maybe sometimes when you okay and for your instance okay, so my instance was terminated, so that's why it was giving me issues. So let's fire this thing again, and let's wait for some time. So you can close this thing, and if you look at the view page, so you won't find anything because this one's locked, so we can't fire it up now. So let's wait for it. Okay, so the basic thing which I'm teaching you here is when it is a basic shell. Okay, it is a basic connection like NC. Okay, NC allows you to connect to your machine. Okay, one way is called SSH, which is highly secure. Okay, one is FTP, which is also secure. Okay, and one is NCC, which is a basic connection which is not that much secure. Of course, FTP version, some versions are secure and some versions are not, and some SSH version, like older versions of SSH, are not that much secure. So that's why it's not secure. So that's why, okay, my OBS is running, my ZMap is running, and what does it say? OBS Studio. Okay, okay, we got the IP, and let's do this, let's do this, and let's do this, let's do this, and let's copy this, and let's check out. Yeah, it's running. And oh, sorry, it won't run because we have to. Okay, 192.168.205.71. Okay, let's see. Okay, import pass error new. Okay, we have to first listen to it and import socket. It is importing socket. Sock team connect. We are connecting to our local and TTY, and okay. So we got let's to clear. Okay, because this is not stabilized shield, so clear won't work. Okay, let's do ls. Okay, so as we can see, if we do pwd, we are inside root, so that's why we cannot access this. Let's go to cd, and here. So here we have many files, so you can like try one by one, but I'll tell you the files which are important. Dev1, okay, opt is highly important. Okay, we cannot go into root, so it's not that much important. And of course boot is also important, so let's go with opt because it is highly important. Okay, then we'll go to dev, and okay, it has nothing in it. Okay, bingo, we got git. Okay, so git is also secure. If we do git status, okay, then for now we cannot see anything. Let's go inside git. So I'll go inside gits and ls. Okay, so here we have many things. We have config, which is like very good that we found this one because it can contain some configuration. Okay, and commit edit message, this is also very good. Maybe it is very possible that some developer or the person who committed the code had like wrote any sensitive data into it. So let's see, commit edit msg. Okay, edit. So in this you can see that this is edit shell input, so nothing fancy here. And we can just git config, and in config we are seeing core file mode true, bare, false, loggle. Here we can see the user, use Mario, and his email Jose. I think it's Jose, it's spelled Jose, but I don't know. So yeah, here you can see the user think, and the password is that. Okay, so first I forgot again, I need to update this thing, so that, and copy this password and go to new tab. Now we can do ssh think at the rate of 10.48.145.70. Okay, so we'll do yes, and we'll paste password, and we'll get the think access. Okay, sweet. Now we can do clear here. Okay, sweet. Okay, we can then do get user.text, and we found the user text here. Okay, let's do this, let's paste it. Okay, so we paste it here. Okay, now Now we need to escalate privileges. First we will check sudo dash shell because it's the first thing you should do. It's very easy to like get something from it. So not most of the time, but in like 30 to 40% of machines, you can get something out of the sudo. Okay. Okay. So sudo is this user cannot do sudo. Okay. So cannot run sudo. So what else we can do is we can do ls-la, and here we have many files. Okay, if we check where are we are in that thing, and beige history does not have anything, vminfo does not have anything, so git config can give us something. Okay, so let's do git config. Okay, so it says directory opt, so basically it is giving us a hint, and it's saying that go to the opt directory. So let's go there, and there we find def ls-la. Okay, here we can do git status. So now as soon as we came here, we saw that there is a deleted file .pyrat.py.old. So let's try to restore this pyrat.py.old, and yeah, now we will do ls and let's get it. Okay, let's get it. Okay, so this code is basically the NC authorization, that how authorization is happening with NC with simple connection. Okay, so it says that if it gets some point, then call this get some point issue, get this endpoint function. Okay, and it's checked that if socket is admin. Okay, so socket means socket is basically a connection. It's a connection type. Okay, so it let us socket let us talk with, like, have you, if you ever seen like group chats, WhatsApp chats, then they have to like first create a socket, and during this socket they can communicate with someone. Okay, so it's a form of connection. Okay, so I think it is based on TCP, and it is based on TCP protocol. Yeah, I think so. Okay, and then it's a UID is equal to os.get UID. So it get the UID, and if UID equals to 0. Okay, so for example, some user ABC login, and if it gets the user UID of that user, and if it checks that if the UID equal to 0, then change UID. It changes the UID. Okay, and if data equal to shell, if you type shell, then okay in the data, then it will give you the shell of that user. Okay, client socket. Okay, okay, so then what does shell do? Shell just give the shell. Okay, business shell, and nothing more fancy about it. Okay, so we know that we have the user called admin. Okay, we need the password. Okay, we need to like brute force the with, you can do it with hydra. Okay, but hydra, I don't recommend hydra at this because we have to do with NC. So head over to this website, this file, and I'll paste the link of this one in the description, you can check it. And here you have the socket. Okay, here you have the full socket code. Just copy it, paste in your local system, and yeah, let's go. I will just exit from here. Okay, and I have already pasted it. So as you can see, shell.py. So if we do shell.py, let's open an editor, and you can see it has a server address where you want to take, and server port, and it use the rocket text file. Okay, and it just text data is admin, so it will just mm, initiate a client socket receiver. Okay, and it will just check against that admin user. Okay, so it will give you the password. So all you have to do is change the target IP. Okay, let's do it. Click it here and just change the IP of it. Okay, and 8000. Just close it. You can make it executable, or you can just do it without executable. Okay, so Python 3, you can do it Python 3 and write the shell.py. So incorrect, 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 incorrect. Let's wait for it. Okay, so we found the password. Okay, so as you know, we have the NC, so we will do NC 1, so 10.48.145.70, and we will give the port. Okay, so here you have just write admin, because NC does not give like the prompt will write admin or user. It can give if you configure it correctly. So admin and password ABC123. Okay, welcome admin. Look, welcome admin. So it gives the, so basically admin was the root here. Okay, as we look, if I, so what happened here? If I can, yeah, this is the, okay. So check socket as admin and downgrade if it is not approved. So the socket was admin. Okay. So what this does that it get the UID of admin, and it was admin. Then it changes the UID. Okay, and then it gave the access, and then it says if data equal to shell. So in the data we wrote shell, and then it gave us a shell of the root user. Okay, so if we type the shell, then I will do who am I, then it will tell me that I'm the root. Then I simply go to the root, and uh, we can see root.text, and here we can copy it and we can paste it. So the basic idea of this room was to to have some knowledge about the different type of connections. Okay, so personally I was a web developer before choosing this field. So I have worked 3 years in a web development company. So I had an idea like what's type of connection. There is one HTTP1, HTTP2, and C. So I have covered this before. So for the sake of understanding, NC is a type of connection which gives access to the machine, but it is not that much secure. Okay, you can make it secure. Okay, you can make it secure with many tips and tricks, but in the end it's not that much secure. Okay, so look out for such things. Okay, if you are making a machine, and don't just do authentication with this NC, in fact go with SSH. Okay, and if you want some loose authentication, you can use FTP. Okay, like, so generally it is not recommended to use FTP as well. Okay, so if you are creating submission, so do remember to close the ports. Okay, check for everything, check if something is leaking from your machine and stuff like this. So that was the room which we did. So, and yeah, so that was all. Pirate is also done, so I'll meet you again with a new room, and we'll continue from there. So until then, bye bye.